for the former show, my sons acting as your chairman money the same year. Na many I then adjure if you say the same people who are not a more air do. It's a measure of a mechi. Ever put in some air cross the air by our say back. No, so very.
So this is a speculative bit of the show tonight. This is very speculative. So the New Patriotic Party, as far as its rules are concerned, they always have to elect a flag bearer. When they are in power, they elect the flag bearer not more than 12 months before the next election. When they are not in power, they elect the flag bearer 24 months before the next election. So the flag bearer election has to be taken at least 1 year before December 7th, 2024. As we understand it, that election will occur in November. But there's one layer to cross before we get there. As far as the New Patriotic Party rules are concerned, and this came about as a result of the 2007 debacle, if you like. In 2007, 17 members of the New Patriotic Party, 17 senior members of the party, challenged, as it was then, Nana Akufo-Addo, the obvious front runner, as he then was, in what was a feisty Congress, which had Nana Akufo-Addo and Alan Kyerematen ready to go into the second round, and Alan Kyerematen conceded defeat to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo became the elected NPP flag bearer without a second round occurring. After that, the NPP people sat together and felt that they needed something to change here. So they needed to change the number of people who attend the Congress, not attend to vote, but attend to present themselves. Okay, so they decided that 5 is enough. 5 is a maximum number that you can deal with. Therefore, at any point in time in the future, when their delegates list or their aspirant list is more than 5, they will hold a mini Congress. And in the mini Congress, not all the people will vote. So in the NPP Congress, as it is now with the NDC, it didn't used to be. The NPP Congress, the people who are voting are the polling station executives. There are 38,000 polling stations across the country. So that brings the number to something like 200,000 and over. 38,000 polling station executives, regional chairmen, regional executives, members of parliament, former ministers if they are not in power, ministers if they are in power, a former president if they are not in power, presidents when they are in power. All of those people make the number 200,000 and over. Now, the super delegates, can you give me that? Bring it. Yeah. Hold on, viewers. Hold on. Don't go. Hold on. Okay. Yes. All right. Sorry. Okay, we are back. So, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. The super delegates are about a little over 1,000. Now, who are the super delegates? They are going to make the decision of who comes into the last 5. So we know that list of 10 of the NPP members. I don't know whether they still have it, but we know we can run through it. It's Dr. Bawumia, Alan Kyerematen, Kennedy Japan, Usufri Akoto, Kwabena Japan, Boakye Jako, Opoku. Remind me, Michael. I've said Boakye Jako already. I've said Kwabena Japan already. Adainimo, thank you very much. And who else? Usufri Akoto, I've said that already. Okay, well, you know them. You know them.
Joe Garte.
Yeah. Who?
Joe Garte.
Joe Garte, very important. I didn't mention Joe Garte. Joe Garte is part of it as well. Okay, so that's it. They have 10. So they are now going to select in Parliament. Well, not in Parliament. They are going to select for the super delegates. They are going to reduce the number to 5. The people who are voting in the super delegates are very, very strategic. So it includes all the 137 members of Parliament, and it includes all ministers, and it also includes the president, the vice president, and the chief of staff. Okay. Tonight we're going to share with you our idea from what we have picked up on our research, and we may be wrong. I mean, this is very subjective. We may be wrong, but we'll tell you why we say this person is going to vote for that person. We'll explain to you, and then you can send a text and tell us what you think. So we begin with the logo of the New Patriotic Party: blue, white, and red. And then Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the president. He has a vote in the super delegates. We're talking about the super delegates events occurring on 26th of August. He has said that he's not supporting any particular candidate. We therefore do not know. We cannot fathom who he's going to vote for, but we know that he's going to cast a vote, but we don't know who he's going to vote for. So Akufo-Addo away. Dr. Bawumia is going to vote for Dr. Bawumia. We know that already. So Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia will vote for Dr. Bawumia. I wanted to start with the MPs, but I guess you are starting with the ministers. That's okay. Let's start with the ministers. But the MPs one is more interesting. So when I finish chief of staff, maybe I will switch to the MPs. Dr. Bawumia is going to vote for Dr. Bawumia. Madame Frema Opari is going to vote for Dr. Bawumia from what we know. He's working with him. He thinks that he's competent to be president. People who have spoken to him, she said it clearly that she's voting for Dr. Bawumia. Okay. Which minister is this? Please, which minister?
Deputy Chief
Deputy Chief of Staffs are not part of it, Kweku. Let's get to the MPs. Chief of Staff is part of it. Okay, so the MPs are here. Thank you very much. Abena Osansari is a member of parliament for Etiwa constituency, Eastern region, and she will be casting her vote, no doubt, for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, this is Okaikwe Central constituency. My good friend Patrick Boama will be casting his vote for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, all right, let's move on. Łohoi constituency, Volta region, John Peter Mewu, and no doubt, John Peter Mewu will be casting his vote for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, next one is Tema West constituency, and we are dealing with 137 members of parliament, and I'm telling you so far that these people are going to vote for Alan Kyerematen. 1, Abena Osasari, Patrick Boama. 2, John Peter Mewu. 3, they're all going to vote for Alan Kyerematen. Carlos Ahinkra is going to vote for Alan Kyerematen. So I'm showing you that Alan Kyerematen votes, okay? Carlos was deputy to Alan at Trade Minister. He liked the work Alan did. He's very enamored of Alan Kyerematen. I believe that he's going to vote for him. We may be wrong, it's subjective, but this is the reason why we're saying Carlos in particular will vote for Alan. Okay, let's move on. Subi constituency is Eugene Entry, my friend Eugene Entry. Well, Eugene's one is a 50-50. Well, it's a 60-40, I have to say. 60% of the research indicates to us that Eugene Entry is going to vote for Alan Kyerematen. 40% of the research is telling us that Eugene is changing. And we are not sure how he's going to. But where is he changing towards? They think he's changing towards Dr. Bawumia. So 40% Dr. Bawumia, 60% Alan Kyerematen. Eugene Entry, MP for Subin. Okay, let's move on. Ekropon constituency, Eastern region, Mami Dokuya is, we believe, going to vote for Alan Kyerematen as well. And then you have Asokwa constituency MP, Patricia Apieje, our mother, Patricia Apieje from Asokwa, is also going to vote for Alan Kyerematen. Mind you, we are dealing with 137, and we are isolating those that we think, from our research, will surely go for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, so that's Patricia Apieje. In Praiso constituency MP, Eastern region, we think he will also vote for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, let's move on. And then we have Lambusi constituency, Upper West region, Bright Baki Yelvi Baliji. We believe that he will also vote for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, you may hear tomorrow them saying that, what did Paul Ademochi say? My vote is secret. I have not decided who I'm going. You may hear all of those things coming up, but we know what we have seen, and we are guessing that they will vote for Alan Kyerematen. Of course, English Shaman, for he comes on Good Morning Ghana all the time. I watch him in the morning on Good Morning Ghana. He talks for Alan Kyerematen. So on the basis of that, we know that 100% his vote is for Alan. Okay, then we have Cynthia Morrison, Central region, Agona West constituency. We suspect that he will also vote for Alan Kyerematen. All right, then we have Anyaso Utom constituency, Greater Accra. We suspect that he will also vote for Alan Kyerematen. And then Takwa Nswayim MP, Western region. This is Deputy Minister of Lands, Mreku Duka. We believe that he will also vote for Alan Kyerematen. Okay, then we have Alexander Afenyo-Markin. That's the interesting bit. So our research on Alexander Afenyo-Markin told us that Alexander Afenyo-Markin is an establishment boy, no doubt about it. He's very close relations with the center, with Jubilee. Very, very close relations with Dr. Bawumia and all that. But they are suggesting to us that, not that he thinks Kennedy Japan will win. No. Not that he wants Kennedy Japan to be presidential candidate as such. Maybe no. But he has this tie with Kennedy Japan that people think it will be really incongruous if Afenyo-Markin's one single vote out of 137, that he will not give it to Kennedy Japan, even though everybody knows where his. So Afenyo-Markin is, the suspicion is that his mind is different from his heart. And I don't know where the mind is and where the heart is, but it's a 50-50 between Kennedy Japan and Dr. Bawumia. That's what we are finding out for Alexander Afenyo-Markin. Is that not interesting? That sounds like very, very interesting. At 25 minutes to the top of that, at 10 o'clock, that's what is happening. And then Kennedy Japan himself will vote for Kennedy Japan. We know that already. He's a member of parliament, so he'll vote for Kennedy Japan. Is there any other one? This is Abura Asebu Kwaman constituency in the central region. We think that he will also vote for Kennedy Japan. That's what we are picking up, and we're dealing with 137 members of parliament. And then also Tano North constituency. This is the lady who is now a sanitation. This is Frida Prempe. Oh, I needed the names, so the names are not here. I need the names. Frida Prempe will also vote for, I was going to do this analysis last Thursday, and then I had Frida Prempe clearly going towards it's a candidate Japan, I think. But having been made Minister for Sanitation right now, people are suggesting to us that she just might change and go along with what people are saying in Parliament. Most of the 137 we understand are going to vote for Dr. Bawumia anyway. Most of the 137 MPs are going to vote for Dr. Bawumia, except these 13 or 14 that we're isolating, that our research is telling us that they may not vote for Dr. Bawumia. Now, it is good for the NPP in terms of the diversity. And people have talked about how there is a lot of finger pointing and punishment for people who sort of go away from the center. It looks like the NPP center and the NPP soul is thinking Dr. Bawumia at least has a philosophy that is being shared by some of their elders. But those who do not support Dr. Bawumia are going about their work. Now, if you go all the way to the front where you have a Deputy Minister of Finance, Abna Osasare, who is a Deputy Minister of Finance. She was with Ken Oforiatta at the budget presentation the other day, but she also attended the walk for Alanche Martin. I believe that for people in the NPP, they shouldn't see that as a negative. That's a big plus, really.
I wait in some air cross any the air by air or Ghana. Make sure say the same reality. They also want to any a shop a family. But would there any comment for any amount or comment section? That's a case. Ha, guarantee. So me I'm waiting to see any because I go with chair the fair. The thing I made just to end just see again.